You are now listening to the Vitalize podcast. Hey yo, what up, family? Ooh, welcome back to the Vitalize podcast. You're here with your friendly neighborhood host, Mr. Marcus Black, also known as Mr. Because You Can. And I'm so incredibly excited, elated, ecstatic, and all the other fancy words that start with E to be in your presence today. Listen to me. Listen to this track. Hey, man, I feel good today. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling good, feeling great. How are you? And I just want to say shout out to you, man, for being incredible. Shout out to you for being family. Shout out to you for rocking with the guy for all these years and for running up the episodes. The streams is going bananas, and that's because of you. This is for you, my number one. This is for you, and I'm grateful for y'all, man. Thank you so much for rocking out. Those of you who reached out to me about coming to Chatter, shout out to you, because you guys were like, wait a minute, you calling these people names and stuff? That's like not cool. I'm like, no, it is cool, actually. And if you want to be included, then stop having FOMO and just hit your boy up, because I got these invites, you know what I'm saying? They watching right now. They here every week now. This is a part of the routine. They family now. And I'm trying to get you in the family. So all you got to do, listen, I can tell you right now, they here. Somebody say hello in the chat so I can make them jealous again. Look at that, my man Fireman in the building. Hey, Isha, that's my G right there. What up, Lala? Tina. Shay said hi. Becca said hi. Millie said hi. What up, Mary Lynn? Ooh, honey in the building. What's up, Jeanette, my G? Good. I'm looking forward to seeing you. Detox in the building. Amaria, my man Nick, OTM. Shout out to my guy, Makita, Black Butterfly. We in the building. And if you're not in the building, that's on you. I don't know what to tell you, because I gave you an opportunity. So when this one dropped, this is your chance. Holla at your boy and just DM me the word chatter, and I'll hit you with an invite so you can pull up on me, because you can. So, man, I'm so grateful and I'm excited, man. I got a message that was been burning on my heart to share with you guys today. And before I get there, I would be entirely remiss if I didn't shout out to my man Cam, the incredible GOAT. This episode has been sponsored by Cam's Print Shop. That's my dude, man. Cam is one of them ones. So this hoodie, you can see your boy rocking Because You Can. I seen some of y'all like the lavender. It brings out my eyes, you know what I'm saying? I like the pastel colors. But Cam made this hoodie for me 4 years ago. This thing been watched 17,000 times. That might be a little exaggeration, but I guarantee you it's been watched over 100 times. And you see no cracks in the lettering, no fading in the coloring. Like, even the little letters are uncracked. So that's crazy. But that is a testament to the quality and the level of that my man is spinning out. So he makes all my merch. He has been. I have trusted him from day one, and he has been incredible, incomparable. And he is offering anybody listening to this podcast a 10% discount. So you can get 10% off your order to get him to put whatever you want on the shirt. My man's been doing this for a long time. All you got to do is go to camsprintshop.com, and I'll link that in the show so you don't have to remember that. And then when it's time to put a code in, you put in code Plant Your Flag. Plant Your Flag to get a discount, and then telling your boy sent you, and he'll take good care of you. Shout out to you, Cam. Thank you for taking good care of me, and I'm grateful for the relationship we built, and thank you for taking care of the show, man, and sponsoring. So what we want to talk about today, what are we talking about? Many of you guys know that I've been on this journey, right? So I've been on this weight loss journey, and it's been a hard journey. I ain't even gonna hold y'all, man. Your boy is down 57 pounds. 57, that's a lot, but not where I want to be. You know, by the end of the year, I want to touch 80, so I'm intentional. I'm traveling a lot. It's crazy. I've been through some injuries, but listen, the good thing is all the pounds I lost, even with the setbacks, even with the injuries, even with the insane travel schedule, I have not found any of the pounds I lost. So that's good. That means habits are changing, and that's something that is important for us to make sure that we are setting up habits and systems to help us succeed, because people do not fail. People don't fail, systems fail. So if you see something happening in your life that's not going the way you wanted it to go, or is not moving the way you wanted it to move, it's not that something is wrong with you. There's a hole in the system somewhere, a kink. And you got to go find that and work it out so that your system can function the way that it was designed to function. So this is literally what I had to do. So that's what you got to do. You got to get a system. So my system is working for your boy right now. And one of the things on this journey that has been a new part, a new system, or a new habit that I have built into my life is movement, moving my body, move my body. I had like 7 R&B songs in my head simultaneously, but it's okay. Moving my body is an important routine. And you know, they say 30 minutes a day, every day, you can make it happen. And some people is like, well, you know, I need to do that, but I just don't have time. Listen, man, you make time for what's important to you. I thought I didn't have time either until I wound up in a hospital bed, hooked up to machines. They telling me my blood pressure's through the roof. They telling me I'm not gonna make it to see age 40. Yeah, you make time after you get a diagnosis like that, keeping it real. Because either you're gonna make time for what's important to you, or it's gonna take advantage and take control of your life, and then you're really not gonna have time. So we gotta stop making excuses about the time we don't have. Well, you know, I don't have the resources. Like, I really can't afford a gym. Oh, okay, all right, bet. You, again, where's your priority? Somebody told me, a mentor was like, yo, if you wanna know what's important to a human, just ask them to see their bank statement for the last 30 days. It'll tell you what your priorities are. If you haven't done this exercise yet, go get your bank statement, print it off the last 30 days, and you just highlight different colors and group them into certain categories and see what you have the most color of, whether it's out to eat, whether it's alcohol, whether it's going out, we be clubbing, whether it's that, whatever it is, you're going to see what your priorities are. And so that's what I want to know is you to take time and to look through your priorities to see where you are and to see what's really important to you. So you say you don't have the money, but then you spent all this money on this, XYZ. You spent all this money on Fashion Nova or Temu. Oh, snap, what? You spent all this money on going out to eat. You spent all this money on alcohol. You spent all this money on whatever it is that's not investing into you and your future. Oh, wow. Yeah, man. So it's important to take stock, because if it's really that important to you, you'll make it a priority by any means necessary. When I started my journey and I knew that I wanted to do what I'm doing today, I found the speaker who had the heart that I possessed and who had the vision that I wanted and whose life reflected what I want mine to look like. And I asked if he had a program. And I said, yo, your boy need to be in the program. I ain't got no money, but I want to be in a program. He said, and then they told me the number of the program. I said, oh my God. I ain't got it. But you know what? I said, you know what? This is my life we're talking about. I want to live the life of my dreams, and I know that's not going to come without some sacrifice. So whatever it takes, I'm going to figure out how to get it. And so I said, yes, sign me up. And I didn't even have 10% of the money it cost to sign me up. But I said, sign me up. Some kind of way, I found a way to make my payment every month. And that payment every month was 4 figures. Every month. Woo-hoo! Don't ask me how. I just made it a priority. What are your priorities? What have you made a priority in your life? What are you prioritizing? Are you prioritizing peace? Are you prioritizing pain? Are you prioritizing hurt? Are you prioritizing your discomfort? Are you prioritizing that inner child that's desperate to get out, that's causing chaos in your life? Or are you prioritizing the things that are going to lead you to a better you? Are you prioritizing positive relationships that affirm and build you up? Are you prioritizing the right type of situations and circumstances that are only going to lead to more life for you? That's a real question. I know sometimes when you're listening to this voice and it's like, man, that's a good thought. Don't make it a good thought. I want you to take these words to heart. Let them pierce you in the heart, because I'm not here to inspire you. I am, but that's the lowest form. I'm not here just to motivate you. That's the lowest form. I'm here for transformation. I'm here to transform you, because I know where I was, which is living as an inferior version of myself. I know where I was, which was not going anywhere I wanted to go fast. I know where I was, and I know where I am. And where I am is living the life of my dreams. I got 2 big meetings today with crazy people. They're not actually crazy. I mean, it doesn't make sense that I'm having meetings with the people I'm about to have a meeting with today. And the things that they're about to do, the doors that they are about to open, that's just today. Then when I go to sleep, I wake up in the morning and I'm hitting the highway. I'm hitting the I-35 South and I'm headed to Dallas, Texas, where I'm about to be rocking out with my guy. Shout out to my brother, the GOAT, Trent Shelton. Shout out to one of my favorite speakers on the planet, one of my biggest inspirations, Inky Johnson. Shout out to Jamie Kern Lima. Shout out to Giselle Ugarte. Shout out to all these incredible speakers who pulling up. Turn up with Tansy. That girl is crazy. Her energy is like that. My man Marquise is gonna be in a building. This event, this experience, extraordinary. That's where I'm getting, and that's where I'm gonna be. This tomorrow, Saturday. I'm big kicking it. Just kicking. I'm just kicking it with these incredible individuals who, you know, it was all a dream once upon a time, and now it's my reality. And then I come home Sunday night. I get home Sunday night about 8 p.m. And then I got on the first bird out at 6 a.m. Monday morning, headed to Sacramento with the radio station, where we about to film a cinematic trailer of my life that they're gonna play on a big screen when I go and speak. What? And normally people have, I don't know if y'all know this or not, this stuff costs money. Lights, cameras, action, that costs money. Tech, equipment, microphones, that costs money. If you wanted somebody to make a cinematic trailer of your life, that costs money. But they are flying me out and paying me to do this. What? I live a life of my dreams. Blessed. So what Big Sean said. But I'm not telling you that to make you feel anything other than inspired of what's possible for you, because that all is tied to an obedient decision in the beginning to prioritize me, to prioritize the right things, to make the right choices, to invest in myself. That's where the magic happened. So we're talking about these habits and these things that you have to do. And one of the things that I also have been investing in is my health, right? So there's this, it was earlier in the year, and it was in the springtime. We was just having this conversation recently, on Chatter, by the way, about if you could be a season, which one would you be? I asked my good sis, the good Dr. Renee, that question. And she said the same answer that I would say. She said fall. She would be fall because it's the best season. And I'm like, clearly, because legends were born in the fall. And because the weather is perfect. Football happens in the fall. It makes me want to hit people. I ain't going to lie to you, because I get that itch. I get taken back to football, the cool breeze, I don't like pumpkin spice, but the fall vibes, the colors, like it's just everything, right? I love fall. I don't like summer. It's too hot. You can only shed so many layers before you just out of luck, and you just still gonna be hot. You can throw on as many layers as you want in the winter, though. I know I went to watch the ball drop in Times Square once, and we got out there like 10 a.m., and we was out there till midnight, and it was snowing. It was like negative temperature, and it was like snowing. That was the worst day ever, and I had on like 8 outfits, and I still was cold. That's neither here nor there, but fall is like that. But spring is my nemesis, especially living where I live in Tornado Alley, because we could have a tornado every other day. And I'm not exaggerating. Like, you could look up how many tornadoes come through that Oklahoma-Kansas corridor over the course of probably from, let's say, late March, early April to mid to end of May. Just that time frame is bananas. It's berserk. So that's already strike number one. Strike number two is these allergies, fam. These allergies be killing me. What? Because the wind. They say the wind comes sweeping through the plains in Oklahoma. That's not a lie. I thought it was just a song. It's not. Come here. It will blow you away. I'll be about to get blown away. And I'm like 2 times the size of some of y'all. It will blow you away. That is not an exaggeration. So if you come out here, that kicks me. It kills me. And so this one particular day, because I've invested in my health and priorities, I decide, in the spring, I'm going to go to the park. And the park has this nice walking trail and its beautiful scenes, this nice little gazebo over a little creek. And, I'm chill vibes. I'm like, let me just get out here and get some steps in. You know what I'm saying? You get to that age where you're just going to get some steps in. You ain't always got to be pumping iron. I want to pump you up. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to do all that. You can just be out here. You can just be out here walking, man. You get to a certain age, you get your steps in. So I'm out here getting my steps in. I'm saying, let me get about 10,000. Let me get about 10,000 steps. Let me get a few miles. Let me clock a few miles today. So I'm walking around, and like you cool at first because you got energy, you got juice, but then when you start slowing down your thoughts, you start thinking about everything and you start trying to find things to distract you. So like when I got a couple miles in and then I'm getting tired and I want to go get in my car because I done passed my car 7 times on walking around this thing, and I'm like, man, my car is right there though. I really don't got to finish. I mean, nobody's gonna know if I don't finish. That right there in itself though is a principle in which I live by. How you do anything is how you do everything. And it doesn't matter if nobody else is gonna know. If you don't do the thing you said you were gonna do, you're gonna know. And integrity is doing what you said you was gonna do and honoring your commitment, whether or not nobody's watching. So I had to finish my laps. So now I'm looking for anything to distract me. My music ain't even working no more. It's not. Music isn't working. I'm listening to podcasts. I'm too tired. I take the podcast out, and finally I'm just looking around the park. So I'm looking around the park. I'm noticing birds. What kind of bird is that? I think that's a robin. I'm looking for anything to distract my mind so I can finish these miles and get these steps in. But then it happened. I saw something that really transformed my own mind, and I got a revelation. I'm always taking revelations. You guys been rocking with me for years, know that my stories span all types of environments, all types of situations and circumstances. I was coming up on this set of trees because it's an open field, and there's this one little grove where you walk through these trees. Now, we have these trees out here that are poison. That's why I brought up allergies, because they kill me. They are so pretty. I remember when I first got here, I didn't know that they were poison. And they're called Bradford pear trees. Google a Bradford pear tree. They're crazy. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen. Their limbs will be bare. And then the next day you walk out and they're full of white leaves. They're just like pretty, the prettiest trees you ever seen. And so the first time I moved here, I saw all these trees in a row. It looked like something off a movie. It was fantastical, whimsical. And I walked up to these trees and I was just smelling them. I'm putting my nose all in them and I'm just like, oh, I'm taking pictures with them. And I couldn't breathe for a week after that because whatever it is that they put off, toxic to my nose. And so they are some of the worst allergens possible. Oklahomans know. If you know, you know. The Bradford pears is like that. They will tear you up. So I learned my lesson. So I learned that years ago. But this time I saw them, and so I'm looking for something to distract myself on this walking trail, and I stop, and I look up at the tree. And when I look up at the trees, I'm like, dang, these are beautiful. So much so that I actually stopped walking. And at first I wanted to use it for an excuse so I could take a break. But then I was like, nah, man, like I really started admiring like just the splendor of nature. I started to admire just how beautiful these trees are, how much I could marvel at these trees. And I'm looking at the leaves and it's like 7 of them. But then I noticed it. In the midst of the 7 trees, there stood one. And the one tree looked different than the others. And it almost bothered me because I was like, wait, all these trees have all these beautiful white leaves. They look so beautiful. But this one tree has no leaves. It has no leaves. And so when I sat there, and I was taking it in, and I was looking at it, and I'm like, wonder what's wrong with that tree. Why does this tree have no leaves, and those trees are full of leaves? What happened to this tree? And if you're listening to the sound of my voice, that led me on a journey. And the journey that it led me on was to trying to discover why the answer to that question, this tree, was different than the others. And I'll park here just for a moment because I'm really talking to your heart right now, because some of y'all are in this exact scenario. Many of you, maybe even hundreds of you, I don't know how many of you, but you're in a situation and you're in a scenario where one of these is not like the other. All these other people have all of these situations and circumstances. All these other people have bread. They got money galore. All these people are going on vacations every time you look up. All these other people are buying the cars and the homes of their dreams. All these other people are getting married. All these other people are having babies. All these other people are getting their dream jobs. All these other people, except for you. And you look at them and you don't want to be this way, but you feel envy in your heart. You feel jealousy in your heart because you feel like you start to question, like, what's wrong with me? Why am I not like the others? Why is my situation and my circumstance not like the others? Why do I not have exactly what I need? Why? See, on the surface, oh my God, they're so pretty. Oh, let's make it real. Oh my God, she's so pretty. Oh my God, she got men beating down the doors to talk to her. Oh my God, look at him. Look at his car. Look at the money he got. He got all the women. Come on, man. What are we talking about? Her man bought her a Birkin bag. Oh my God, look at that. And all I get is spit on. All I get is somebody taking me for granted. All I get is somebody giving me the short end of the stick. All I get is, can we talk about it? They talking about all these 5-star meals. We don't even got nothing to cook. We've been eating ramen for a week. Oh, can we talk about it? And I'm not where I want to be. I'm not where I'm going to be. I don't feel, something feels off. I feel this hole or this pain inside of my soul because I'm not where I want to be. What's wrong with me is the question you're asking. What's wrong with me? Just like I was asking that day, what's wrong with this tree? And so I decided to get a little closer, and I started to, you know, they got some nature apps and stuff. And they can tell you what type of trees they are, and they can identify. And so I was going through that stuff, and I don't even remember what it was, but I do remember the takeaway, and I'll never forget it. And this was the takeaway. When I found out what kind of tree that was, it literally was not like the others. But what I learned is that those trees are the earliest blooming trees in spring. But that tree was not even going to bloom until summer. It's going to bloom a whole 2 months after the others, but it's still going to bloom. Somebody do not miss the message I have for you. Because the question that I had on the table is, how can these trees be in the same environment, with the same soil, with the same sunlight, with the same rain, with the same circumstance? Everything is the same. How can they be there and one thrive and the other not? What is the problem? But what I learned is that there was never a problem. Every tree type is different, and they bloom at the proper time. So on the surface, if you didn't know any better, you could look at one set of trees and think that they were better. You can look at one set of trees and think, oh, those are so pretty. That one is ugly. And some of y'all do that to yourself. Oh my God, all these people are pretty. All these people are dope. All these people got what they need, and I don't. Something's wrong with me. You picking yourself apart. And I'm telling you, you got to stop doing that, because at the proper time. At the proper time, you are going to bloom. You are going to flourish, but it's on your time. When I started this journey, my mentor, my brother, my friend, who I'm about to be with in the flesh, Trent Shelton, was helping coach me. He was helping lead me. He was helping show me the way. Guess what? In the beginning, I was comparing myself. I was feeling down because I'm like, dang, G, I got so far to go. He only 2 years older than me, but he's miles and miles and miles ahead of me. He light years ahead of me. And the difference between he and I is that he started his journey at 22. And I started my journey at 32. That's the difference. He started his journey at a different time, because that is his story. He was meant to bloom and flourish at a different time than me. But guess what? I know you see your boy. I know you see it. We winning now. We on 10 now. Everybody want to be my friend now. That's what my man LaRussell said. But it happened at a different time. It happened at a much different time. But it happened, and some of y'all is waiting and waiting and waiting and watching and watching and wishing instead of working and working, because you think that something is wrong because it ain't happened in the time that you wanted it to happen. But I'm here to tell you, it's not on your time. It's at the proper time. Now you can accelerate and expedite the time frame if you're willing to do what you're supposed to do, which is not compare, not look at the other trees around you and think what's wrong with me, because it's not your time yet. Your time is coming. It's on your time is coming. Stop focusing on that tree. Stop focusing on him. Stop focusing on her. Stop focusing on them. It does not matter. The only thing that matters is focus on you and what you were put on this earth to do. Focus on your journey. Focus on your gift. Focus on your passion. Focus on your purpose. Now walk it out. Focus on taking the steps. Heavy on to take the steps. And in a proper time, in due season, you're going to see yourself bloom. And you're going to see yourself flourish in the very environment, around the very situations and circumstances that people thought you couldn't, that people thought you wouldn't succeed. I'm about to move back to the place that broke me. I'm about to physically move back to the place where they said I would never make it. I'm about to physically move back to the place that taught me I didn't have nothing to offer this world. I'm about to move back. And you know what I'm about to do when I move back? I'm about to run it. Who run it? Who run it? That's what they said in my city. Who run it? I'm about to let them know who run it when I pull back up. But when I come back, I'm not coming back how I left. Yeah, it might have taken me 20 years before before the young king returns, but he returning, and when he returning, he ain't returning like he left. He returning with a crown. Oh, snap. He returning as an award-winning, multiple-time award-winning speaker, internationally acclaimed. He's returning as a best-selling author. He is returning as a podcaster with listeners all around the world. He is returning with influence in the minds and hearts of someone. Oh, my God. He ain't returning the same way he left. He's returning after his season has come and after he has began to thrive and flourish. If you're under the sound of my voice and you're waiting on your season, if you're waiting on your season and you're getting tired of holding on and you're getting tired of fighting for what's right and you're getting tired of fighting for the good, don't grow weary in doing good. For in due season, you're gonna reap the harvest of the fruit of your labor if you don't give up. If you don't give up. If you don't give up. So keep giving everything you got to this world. Don't worry about what's happening around you. Focus on you. Focus on your gift. Focus on your passion. And at the proper time, you're going to bloom, blossom, flourish, and shine bright in the very place that they told you you never would. You're going to go and do things that this world has not ever known. Greater things will you do than even, oh my God, if you know, you know. You're going to do even greater. No eye or ear has even seen the things that God has in store for you if you stay focused, if you stop getting distracted, if you stop letting the enemy take you every which way and blow you with the wind. Stand firm on what you know you got to do, fam. What are we talking about? So my challenge is simply this. Focus, focus, focus on the mission, tunnel vision, focus on the journey. Focus on moving forward, focus on going, focus on growing, focus on building, focus on living and loving life, and you will thrive, and you will flourish, and you will go and build the life that you love to live and transform a lot of people around you because you can.